And hello everybody, and welcome back to week 69 of our Minecraft Let's Play series. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing very well this week. And for this week, we're just gonna start off by pulling out the book and reading what's on here, because I've got some plans, and I'm gonna hope to get to all of them, but we shall see. So here's what we have. Obviously, we all know Villager Hall. I'm gonna try and get more Fletchers, but we're gonna probably start shying away from that because I'm running out of material to trade with said Fletchers. But for now we still can, so that is on our agenda. Then we've got some base improvements here. We went ahead and worked on the tunnel last week, and while I could go back and start working on the wall, I have talked about the want to make a tree farm before we do that because I've been using up a lot of wood recently. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some cleanup. Namely, I've got some chests just scattered through the areas that I want to get rid of, possibly do some terraforming to make things look a little bit nicer, make the ground look a little bit better, maybe add some paths, possibly add the path on the other side of that bridge. And I also want to work on the plaza, which is near where the cows and sniffers used to be. Now I have also on here moved Glow Squid Farm because, as you can see behind us in the shulker box over there, we have the ingredients still for it, and I could go ahead and move it to wherever I want. So we'll see about that. Mining hole with more connections, probably just some staircases or something else. I'm not too sure. We will see. Then I have plans for a build I've been thinking about in secret. Not even people who watch the uncut version know what I'm talking about with this. And then number 6 is I wanted to make a farm this week, but I do want to actually talk to you guys about something before we go ahead and even plan to start doing more farms in the future. But for the time being, that's going to have to wait because right now we're going to do the usual. We're going to head over to the villager hall and try and get at least one new arrow type, because that seems to just be my lot in life when it comes to trading with those Fletchers. So you know the drill. We need sticks, string. Then we come over to where our villagers are and send them over. And now that we've moved all of our villagers into here, we'll go ahead and move them to their new homes, leaving 2 of them this time for necessary backup. And now we trade with them sticks, process a bunch of gravel into flint so that we can trade said flint. And now we trade string so that we can trade more string. And now we can check their trades for these arrows. You have jump boost too. You get to stay, my friend. You have no arrows. You have also no arrows. You have also no arrows. This is not a great start. You have also no arrows. You have poison 2 arrows, which I'm pretty sure we already have. We have poison 1, but it's also for longer. Yeah, I think I'd rather have poison for longer. I apologize, sir. And you have infested arrows. You get to stay. And you have no arrows. So that's interesting. We had 3 arrow trades today. The rest had no arrows. And out of those 3, we actually got 2 new arrows out of infestation and jump boost. So that's quite nice. However, what's not nice with this is that currently where we stand, we're still missing a possibility of 4 arrows, which are swiftness, weakness, luck, and weaving. And I think I've talked about this before. I am currently really low on gravel. I have enough gravel to do 1 more of these mass trading sessions so we can get 8 villagers next week and trade with them. However, after that week, until I figure out a good way of getting gravel, we're going to be done with Fletchers because I cannot trade with them any more than I have already been. So that means after week 70, we'll be trading with a new job type instead of just going for Fletchers. I tried getting Fletchers done, but sadly I guess that wasn't in the cards. But either way, we're done here, so let's go ahead and head back to our base. And now that we're actually back at our base, I realized that what I want to do is even here, but instead at the mining hole. And that is because I want to make some simple tweaks and talk to you guys about plans for the connecting parts of the mining hole so that we could actually finally get those squared away. So I'm going to grab some things and I'll actually go ahead and meet you guys over there. now that we're here, let's go ahead and talk about what I wanted to do for this week. And as you probably guessed, it has something to do with the bridges that I made last time. No, I'm not tearing them out, especially not that one. But I want to go ahead and make a kind of bridge again, kind of like this one, connecting this one to over here. I think that'd look nice. But I also have thought about it and realized there's not really other areas we can connect easily after this. You can't really do this one to this one because the chain is in the way, and plus the geode is too, and the waterfall. We can't necessarily connect this one with this one easily because of the, well, height difference and also the chain. I talked about doing a ladder up, but honestly, I'm not too fond of that idea. And then there's not really an easy way of connecting these three. So what do we do? Well, what we'll do instead is we're going to go ahead and start up some tunnels. And my thought process is, the way I'm going to do this, at least I'm going to mark these down, is I brought some netherrack with us. And for each one that's going to have a tunnel, I'm going to go ahead and place a netherrack block here. I'm actually going to place two here because there's going to be two tunnels, and I'll explain why. This one is going to go up as one as have one going down. This one going down is going to reach all the way over to this one over here. And this one's going to have one going up. So this will curve around back here, probably go above this one right here, hopefully, and we'll meet up with that over there. Or, push come to the shove, we could always connect this one over to here, but like I said, this kind of runs into the issue with the amethyst geode and also the bite shaft that's back here, so I'm not too sure, so we'll see about that. And then the one that goes up there, this was my best way of actually linking up these three up here, because I didn't realize how tall these were. And this one is going to have one going down. So this one's going to be a little bit of a Hail Mary, to be honest, because, well, I mean, look at it. It is a drop, and I'm pretty sure that if we want to have it be a very smooth transition, I'm going to have to make it like a winding path. So we're going to have to figure out a way to make that more tolerable or more interesting. Is going to have to happen for a lot of these paths, so maybe we'll make them look like old mines and stuff. But for now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mark them with netherrack as future plans, because I haven't even finished that over there. And I haven't even finished up the complete, staircases and bridges that I wanted to build. So, actually, before we get to that, there's one other thing that I keep forgetting that I wanted to do. I've got some blackstone here because for some reason, and I don't remember which one this is the issue on, but we're going to figure it out. Yeah, this one's just missing some blackstone for some reason. And I'm pretty sure it's not the only one. This one's good. That one over there on the left seems to be good. So is it this one? Yeah, this one's missing the centerpiece for some reason. So yeah, I don't know why that happened, but some of these chains were just missing blackstone, and I don't know why. So that's fixed. And now finally, let me get to building the staircase that will go from here to here. And it's just going to be a straight one like this one to make it easier on myself. So I'll be back. And there we go. There is our pathway now, which, I don't know, it's simple, but I actually quite like it. But now the real question is, how does this look from the side over here? A little bit strange, I'll admit, because probably of the fact that I don't add the fences here. The game does also like that I don't add the fences there. I don't know, but I wanted to keep it somewhat consistent with how I have everything else, because I don't have it here, and then I don't have it there because I did not have it on those bridges up there, but who knows, maybe it's high time I change that. Yeah, you can't really see it because obviously of the fact that the chain is, right in the way, but we already knew that was going to happen, and even then, as you saw while I was walking across it, it is very close to the chain. Like, I could literally kiss it, but yeah, no, I still think it turned out, it's honestly one of the nicer ones in my opinion, but then again, it is just a straight walkway, so, and we all know how I feel about those. They're easy to build and they look nice, so I don't know. But yeah, that's really all I want to get done around the mining hole. I think the little tunnels that I want to have in the future are going to be more in the near future. We'll probably try and figure out what we want to do with those next week. That might even be a very long portion next week. We'll see. But for now, let us head back over to our base for whatever we have next. It might be at our base, it might not. We shall see. And after some thinking, what we'll actually be doing is working around at our base. Now, you might be wondering, well, what can we do at our base this time? Because the last few weeks, you worked on the wall around here, putting down the gates and such, and then you stopped doing that, and then you went ahead and worked on this tunnel over here, which that at least went somewhat smoothly. So what could be next? And you may remember that I said with what I wanted to do around here was the cleanup and plaza. Now, okay, what did those mean? Well, cleanup is a little bit of a loose term. We're not going to be cleaning up everything around here because that would just be nuts, I feel. When I say cleanup, I mean I want to go ahead and remove these two chests here. These have all of our wool from our wool farm previously. We might go ahead and move these over to the new wool farm. I'm not too sure. And then I also want to go ahead and move the chest over here. This one right here. This has our pumpkins and melons in it from our pumpkin and melon farm that used to be here. I want to go ahead and move these guys probably into the nether because, well, I need this space for later, so might as well. And then the other thing for cleanup is over here. I want to figure out what I want to do for the path right here, which is going to be kind of hard because this is a little bit of a strange terrain to work with. So I'm not entirely too sure because I can't just, well, I can knock back this, but I'm not entirely sure what about this drop. Do I want to have like an actual staircase up here, like a very tiny staircase? Do I want to have it be a gradual slope? I'm not too sure. I don't even know what's going to be over here in this area, so that doesn't even help. All things that I need to figure out. But first, what I would like to do, let's go move our chest to their respective farms. And then it's times like these where I'm going to be happy that I just have a bunch of shulker boxes with me because this is going to be more annoying to take with us if I didn't. And you also might be wondering, why am I not moving like all of this into our storage system? And well, the thing is, we don't have enough of this to warrant me putting it into the bulk storage system, but we also don't have the space for all of this wool, seeing as I literally have a wool chest that is only a double chest, so that'd be why. Who knows, this one we might actually be able to make a storage thing of pumpkins. If that's the case, we could probably save a trip. And it turns out that we actually can, so that's nice. And the way we're actually going to do this is quite simple. We're just going to go ahead and place the chest like so, and then place a hopper going into it. And this also helps me to figure out what wool goes where for when I put the wool that we have extra into here. So yeah, all of this, these two shulk boxes, get thrown right back into this chest. If I had the space for this at our base, I would definitely just throw it in with it, but we don't, so oh well, what are you going to do, right? Alright, now that's taken care of, let's head back. And that actually takes care of the first thing that I wanted to get done around here, because that is all the chest I had. Actually, no, it isn't, because I forgot that we had these chests over here too, the ones that used to hold our enchanting books from back when I had this as our base over here. And I think the best way of doing this is probably just to throw these into, well, just throw them into our bulk storage for the time being, or maybe just throw them into shulker boxes and leave them for a little bit. But either way, we're getting them out of here. Just barely does it fit for shulker boxes, but that's fine. Like I said, I just wanted to empty this out. This will probably honestly be used later when I eventually make a library somewhere in this world, because I do have plans for that, but right now it is getting thrown on the floor like everything else. And now we're down a decent amount of shulker boxes. That's fine. We'll probably be getting more the more I use stuff in here. So now that's everything I want to do with our items around here. So next, we're going to work on the frogs that are up there. Probably a horrible idea, but we shall see. So first off, I need to make something for them in the nether. I'm going to make a glass, I guess, bottle, essentially. Kind of another way of having them contained. So I'm going to do that really quick. And just place them over here next to the cows. Alright, it is more like a jar and not a bottle, so let's go grab the jumpy guys. And the easiest way to do this probably is with leads and slime balls, if I were to guess. And again, we are going to hope that we do not make Quantum Frog. Now I need to hope that none of them go back into the portal. You know what, just to make sure that they don't fall while I'm doing this, we're gonna add some more blocks. You know, I don't think they can jump while they are currently mesmerized by the slime ball, and I am very happy about that. Alright, there we go. That was actually a lot easier than I was expecting. We didn't have Quantum Frog happen this time, so that's good. So they're just gonna be there for now. I don't know if I want to move the sheep here. I probably should, but I don't know if I want to. I don't need the space where the sheep are at the moment, so we'll just leave them be. And now I gotta fix this really quick. There we go, that's better. And now, well, I could work on the little plaza thing I wanted to build here. I just realized I need to get rid of this water. But what I'd like to do first is go ahead and figure out what I want to do with the little area over here for the path. My thought at the moment, I have an idea, but I don't know how it's gonna look, so we'll try it. Can't promise anything, but we'll definitely try it. Alright, now will this terraforming work? Remains to be seen. And I'll admit, it looks a little bit strange, especially here could probably use a little bit more tilling. Maybe not, who knows. But yeah, comes down here, bends over, comes to our gate, and obviously you can go back and forth between it. I don't know, I think it looks alright for what I had to work with. But let's see what it looks like from a distance. I mean, it looks like a path, so I'll take it, I guess. And now, finally, the last thing I wanted to do around this area, at least, was I wanted to create a small plaza area. Nothing too extravagant, just something so that we can discern where I actually want to work when it comes to the plaza. And to do that, I think we'll just take some cobbled deep slate and some stone and try and make a simple platform, I think. A level platform right where this blue square is. And I think the best place to do that is probably, I'd say, at the corner. We'll say, you know what, we'll go from here. So yeah, I'm just gonna build a nice square platform and I'll see you guys in a bit. And I also forgot that I need to go ahead and light these up actually, so let me go ahead and get some torches to do that. And there we go. There is our little plaza area. Yes, it's very bare bones. I am aware of that before anybody comments on it. But this is literally just the foundation for what we are going to be doing with this. Now you might be wondering what we're going to be doing with this little area, and well, at the moment that is kind of left up to whatever I decide in the future, because at the moment really all I had ideas for was putting a building here and a building here. That's why the pink wool is there. I didn't put pink wool here, but that was also planned. But with this area in general, first off, I'm gonna have to at some point kind of just terraform this a tiny bit so that, you know, it doesn't go straight into grass. I'll worry about that later, and obviously I'm gonna have to dig out a little bit more of this area, but that's also a later problem, as well as this is just a cliff face. Where did you come from? Anyway, after I was so rudely interrupted, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this cliff face. We'll probably have a staircase actually going up into it. We'll hopefully have that look decent, but I'm not actually too sure because block. Yeah, we'll see. And my hope with this area in general is because I was thinking like maybe this would be like the marketplace area of our little town, whatever I'm making it at this point, to be honest, I'm not even too sure. And we'd have like those little marketplace huts on this area, maybe even have in the center a fountain or a statue, something just kind of offset the area, and I think that'd honestly look pretty nice. And I hope you agree. But yeah, for the time being, we're gonna leave this as is, and well, we'll work on something else because I think we've done a decent bit around our base for this week. And that's something else is actually going to go ahead and require us to gather some materials, a decent bit that we have at our base, and some that I am just not going to be able to gather before the end of this week. So what I need is 15 stacks of mangrove wood slash logs. That's the one thing we're not going to really be able to get to. We need 30 stacks of grass, which we can easily get by just going down into here and grabbing our shulker box. And I'll have to get 3 more stacks, but that's fine. I need 8 stacks of blackstone, which if you couldn't tell, I don't have that much, so we'll go and gather some in a second. I need 3 stacks of glowstone, which I'm going to need to trade with villagers for. And I need 40 stacks of tuff, which again, we at least have a shulker box. And then I just need 13 stacks. So now that we've gathered the stuff here, let me go to our villager hall, grab enough glowstone for us, and then we're also going to go ahead and grab some blackstone from the nether. Not necessarily in that order, but I'll meet you guys over where we are going to use all these blocks. And here we are. You probably didn't think this, of all places, of where I was going to be working in this week, but it is. Right at our jelly statue, and I forgot how big this thing is, to be honest. But yeah, no, I actually wanted to go ahead and get some work done around this area finally, because I built this, honestly, pretty early on. It's been over a year now since I built this statue, and it's just never got anything around it, and I think it's time to change that. And I have some plans. But first, what we're going to do is I went ahead and tested some things in the creative world to see how they would look, and I'm going to build, well, let me just start building and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. So we're going to go to a specific coordinate, which happens to be in the water, but oh well. And then we go out, and then we get out our building blocks and start building a formation, which obviously includes tuff, a little bit of blackstone, and a whole lot of grass too, until we get a platform that resembles this. And now I need to do this a few more times, so I will be back. And there we go, at least for the most part, because as you can probably tell, I am missing a few platforms here and there, specifically half of them, because I don't know if you could tell, but these platforms would run into some annoying terrain if I kept building them in where I was going to, because there's supposed to be 16 of these. I have built entirety of 8. And even this took about, I'd say, an hour, hour and a half. So yeah, it also didn't help that some of these I had to completely rebuild because I accidentally built it one block too high, or built it one block over on accident, or thought I did and then realized I didn't and had to refix it. But this is where things are going to be for now, because like I said, I need to take out some of this terrain if I want to get the other 8 put down. And that's just not something I've got time for this week. So I guess another project that's either going to have to be done between weeks or during the week of next week. But you might be wondering, Sky, why are you just building circles? Or as I like to call them, sushi rolls. And the fact is, what I am planning on doing for this area, I know I called this, or I said I want to make Jelly City, but at the moment, what I want to do is something different. I still might build like a little town around this area, sure, but I want to make this a bigger shrine, and with that shrine I want to insert 16 different trees around Jelly. And you might be wondering why 16, and well, how many colors of wool are there, or concrete powder, terracotta? I'm not using terracotta, but you get the point. For Minecraft, how many colors? Yeah, that is the plan. I want to have a color wheel of trees surrounding Jelly. However, doing that becomes with its own sensitive issues, minus even the terraforming that's going to have to happen, because, you know, there's a lot of hilly areas around here. And that is the fact of, I told you guys that I did not have enough mangrove to even do the entirety of the circle. There's supposed to be a mangrove ring around these circles that I just couldn't do because it took 15 stacks of mangrove. And let me go show you what we actually have. This is currently what we're rocking, and you gotta remember that 4 logs doesn't necessarily mean that we get 4 wood from this. plus, but 3, and that's a lot of chopping for 15 stacks, and I don't think I want to do that. Trust me, I've tried to get 27 stacks of mangrove, and that took hours. So that's also something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. In this series, I've obviously built a lot of farms, and while building a lot of farms, there have been some farms that I have gone against trying to build. One of those being an iron farm, due to the fact that, well, it kind of takes away from the mining aspect, but then you might argue that I've already built a gold farm or an emerald farm, technically, with the villager hall. But for some reason, when it comes to iron golems, I just didn't think that it was the exact same thing as a gold farm. The other kinds of farms that I've been avoiding trying to make would be those that use TNT dupers, stuff like the cobble farms or the tree farms. And while I don't really need a cobble farm at the moment due to the fact that I dug out that entire hole for the mining village, it would really help when it came to a tree farm. I technically could just set up a dispenser where people usually have their TNT dupers, I think at least, but in the long run, it would probably help to have those TNT dupers. And also farms just like a sand farm with the sand duplication glitch with the end portal. Those are the farms that I've just kind of avoided making in the series. And I wanted your guys' opinions on that. Do you think that I should still avoid using those farms, or do you think that I should go ahead and make them in our world at some point at least? I'm not saying they'll be in quick succession because I really don't know if I need a cobblestone farm at the moment and stuff like that, but it'd be less restrictive on me, and honestly, I do think that I would be more willing to work on projects that take a lot of building supplies because I wouldn't have to gather them by hand. However, I understand that a lot of people aren't interested in stuff like the duplication glitches or iron farms in their worlds. But with how long I am planning to go with this series, it might become a necessity. So I wanted your guys' thoughts on that, and if you guys can, I'd appreciate it if you leave a comment or, I don't know, some other way of telling me whether or not I should go ahead and introduce farms into this world, or at least farms like that. We've obviously have a bunch of farms, but you know what I mean. Who knows, I might even put out a community post after this episode airs. But without that being said, that is going to be it for this week because I am out of time. So I still think we got a decent bit done with our villager hall. Obviously, we went ahead and made another connection in our mining village. Then we tidied up some things around our base as well as create a little platform for us to work on a plaza of sorts in the future. And then of course we went ahead and built those platforms over near Jelly's statue, and I made my case on what I wanted to talk about with our farms. So all in all, I'd say it's been a pretty good week. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching as per usual. You guys take care, have a great week, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next one. Alright, bye bye.